Welcome back to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shannon Register.
I'm your co-host, James Brown.
And we're happy to have you with us this Sunday. We are broadcasting out of the RREA.com studio over in Spring, Texas. You can join us on Facebook and also see all of our videos of the show and learn more about all the guests that we have on the show at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. If you have a question for us, a real estate question, give us a call. James and I'll answer your question on the air. That's 281-882-8088. Thanks for joining us back on our show, Mr. Bill West. He wrote The Garagenous Zone. Such a great book when you're looking at tackling your garage. So many Americans put so much junk in their garage, as we talked about last segment. And, I think that the main thing that I really walked away from with your book is there are so many strategies for organizing the garage. You can get in there and make it, get everything off the floor, make it organized, and really be able to find what you're looking for when you need it.
That's exactly right, Shannon. I might make mention a word to your listeners. When they call in with a question today, I'm more than happy to provide them with a copy of my book, Your Garagenous Zone, Innovative Ideas for the Garage.
Oh, wow, thanks.
Fantastic. So you give the top 10 problems that people encounter in the garage in your book. Give us the top 3. What are the top 3 problems people have?
Well, there's beyond the clutter, that also creates safety issues. So that's one of the things in my mind, that's the top thing is a garage has got to be a safe environment. Make
it safe. Okay.
Frankly, I discovered that there's a lot of injuries that occur in the garage. I'm always, on Google, I'm always getting things that are attached to the word garage. And frankly, there's a lot of things where either from a safety standpoint or it's the largest opening to our homes, which also becomes a security problem.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
So that in and of itself, and there's certainly products that I've seen neighbors before leave their garage doors open all night long.
Oh, wow.
And there's actually monitors that enable you to be able to determine, by your bedside if your garage is closed or open. So safety and security are 2 important things. We also find just the accumulation of clutter certainly is terrible, but also rodents have a way of infestation. During the cooler months, they have a way of getting in there, and that's largely due to either pet food, with the way it's stored, but you can certainly, there's bins that you can put them up off the floor.
Yeah.
And frankly, since 1998, I've only seen one time where I've seen any remnant of a mouse in our garage. So I would say that would be another thing that we may not want to talk about, but believe me, that's truly one of the problems.
Every time I open my garage, my cat wants to go in there.
Yes.
He thinks that's his
Good
house.
reason.
Bill, what adds the most resale value? Which one of these changes, what can someone do if they just wanted to add some resale value or wanted to make sure that they weren't over improving their garage?
You bet. And I think we have to have some caution here that any kind of remodeling, you don't get your full amount of dollars that you put into it out when you sell. I've had appraisers tell me that based on what they've seen that I do in the garage, they'll say that you'll get 40 to 60% of what you put into it out of it. Now, beyond just that, it's a great marketing enhancement. One of the things that we like to do is appeal to buyers in our homes, but also what we do in the way of remodeling. We want to be able to do something that adds value to us as the homeowner too. But certainly storage and organization is a very, very hot topic nowadays. How do we get more use out of their homes? Sometimes people aren't moving as often as they used to, so they want to be able to use that space. Also, the garage can be a great man cave kind of thing. So
yeah, a lot of people like that.
If you've got a garage outfitted with a lot of great lighting, great storage, long workbench, we've had all kinds of events out in our garage, overflow for New Year's Eve parties. We've had a cigar night, which I lovingly call the Cigarage night. So it's really a multi-purpose room. So from a resale standpoint, you've got the marketing aspect to the men and the women that have a lot of appeal.
I like the tips that you gave for organizing. When in doubt, throw it out. That's a hard one for pack rats, isn't it?
It's a real hard one.
Yeah, categorize before you organize. I like that because I think a lot of people go in there and start wanting to organize, and they don't think about that. You really need to think about how you're going to organize it before you start. And if it's on the floor, it's time to store. Love that one. I need to take that one to heart. Keep it neat. Treat the concrete. And you talked about some different ideas for prepping the floor to make it easier to clean. So really like that. Really,
Shannon, James, this becomes such a daunting task for most people because it is one of the largest rooms in our home.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. It is.
I mean, just organizing to know where to start is a difficult task. So what I would also suggest is if you were to look in the yellow pages in your local phone book, you'll find that there's also professional organizers that you can call upon. They can give you some good advice to be able to help you get started. And by categorizing, whether all sports equipment can go together, lawn and garden, the tools, whatever particular hobby you might have, might lend itself to categorizing different items as well. So
just in reading the book, it gave me some good ideas about, think vertically and horizontally. Think about the different ways you can really store things using the ceiling, the walls. You talk about the garage furniture, which I thought was interesting, and the grids. Pegboards, are those still a good option?
No, to me, pegboards are out, and the display type of wall is in.
Is better. Okay. All right. And of course, cabinets. I mean, cabinets are a great thing to build, and of course, keep stuff from getting so dusty as well.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And you also talked about the garage of the future. What's your predictions for a garage 10 years from now or 20 years from now? What's a garage going to look like?
Hopefully it'll have a car in it.
That's right. Hopefully, first and foremost, we can put a car or cars into our garages. That's exactly right. But my sense is that trends take a while. Oftentimes, I do a lot of speaking locally and nationally about this topic. And the first thing I ask people to do is to suspend your judgment about everything that you know about the lowly garage, because there is this opportunity, because it is the largest room in our home. There is the opportunity to take advantage of that space. So that's what I like to say is that by 2020, we'll start to see home builders. This will be a room where there will be options. And we're seeing this now with new home builders who want to differentiate themselves, being able to utilize different options, whether it be the floor coating, the workbench, and all of the things that go into outfitting a modern day garage, and that's basically what we're talking.
I like the one in your book that's a full court indoor basketball court, and all it took was just making the ceiling just a little bit higher.
Well, and that's one of the things that we do see, James, is that a lot of the homes today, they have the higher ceilings so that you can utilize that space too. And that's where I'm talking about the vertical aspect of being able to put up the hanging shelf, if you will. There's also the rope and pulley for your bicycles, so you don't have to have those on the floor that have a tendency to fall over or get knocked over and dinging your cars. So you do have the opportunity to be able to use that space effectively and efficiently.
Well, Bill, we appreciate you coming on the show. Bill West wrote Your Garagenous Zone, Innovative Ideas for the Garage. He's going to send us some free copies of the book to give away. Give us a call at 281-882-8088, and James and I will be happy to answer your real estate questions. Thanks for joining us on Houston Real Estate Radio. We'll be right back after a commercial break.